Welcome to the New South Wales Blues team. Now, there's a big Penrith Panther influence in there with the halves. Any thoughts about our team there, Stace?
Yeah, I quite like the team, actually. You talk about the Penrith Panthers' influence. So, when I think of, Queensland's dominance over those years, when they won those 8 in a row, they had Lockyer and they had Thurston, who were great players. But for me, the real strength of that team was was built around the big three of the Melbourne Storm, of Smith, Cronk, and Slater. So Origin, it's so intense, and you only get a few opportunities, and you get a 1 week build up as well. So you can't build those combinations that you can at club level where you're playing week in, week out. So with those few opportunities, I'd watch the Storm this big three of Melbourne just do their Melbourne moves for Queensland, and it would almost always work. So I thought that was a big reason why they were quite successful. I think the Blues can have a similar type of impact if they build it around Penrith, these young Penrith Panthers. So I quite like the strong Penrith influence that you touched on as well.
How did that go last time with Adam Reynolds and Cody Walker?
Yeah, not the Souths, not with Souths, Penrith. Yeah, they've got if they've got Luai on the left, they've got Cleary on the right, and they've got Isaiah Yeo, who's sort of the link man in the middle. And I think that they can bring their Penrith moves, and they can do that well. Because I thought that the Melbourne influence on Queensland during the golden years was a huge part of their reason why they were successful. So if we can build New South Wales around Penrith, I think it could hold us in good stead. So I quite like the team.
Yeah, there was a little debate between whether to give Luai 6 or Jack Wyden. There was a little debate there, but I think they went for the combination there and the halves. But to you, Tanner, looking at the New South Wales team, have you got any concerns there?
No, yeah, I mean, definitely that halves combination. I really like the positive way Luai plays. He's very heads up, and he'll play what's in front of him, similar to that running game Cameron Munster has. So that's going to be a really good battle. I think he's a confident kid, and I think he's looking like he'll have a really strong debut. I think if the Queensland forwards can't polish, the finishing off, just a lot of those one-on-one tackles, I think that's like Stacey said, Isaiah Yeo is going to be really key, playing that similar role he does for Penrith, and just taking that ball wide and then feeding it out to the like a second centre almost. So it'll be interesting if they play it like that, because Cameron Murray serves that same role over at Souths as well, and so he's come in. So it'll be interesting if they use him to play, if he's still going to play first receiver or if he's just going to work harder through the middle.
Yep. Roger, I see a name in there that catches my eye, and that's our man, Tommy Turbo. Now, if you remember, this guy came in to the Manly Seagulls team earlier this season and just changed the whole team. He was a one-man machine for the Seagulls. How do you think Turbo will go instead of Roger?
I think the effect and the impact that he had when he came in for Manly Seagulls sort of changed a lot of the momentum, and for the better. He was just scoring at ease. He was just setting up some good plays at ease as well, in combination with his brother Jake. So I think he's just going to be able to read it. He's got his brother in there as well. Obviously, they're going to be coming up against one of their main pivot men in Delichi Evans. So I think it's going to be a real interesting read for Tom. And just, I think his influence is going to be awesome for the team. But he's got Tedesco at the back as well, so he's got good players around him, and it's just going to be interesting. And I think Brian To'o is going to feed off well, and then you got Latrell Mitchell just inside him. So I think Tom's just going to fit in real well. I think he's biting at the bit to be able to sort of seal this game one, and I think all of the New South Welshmen will be aiming to do all of that, just because of how they let themselves down last year, especially in trying to secure the series of game one, especially with all the expectations. So they're trying to
let the state down. They let the state down, not just themselves.
So with all the hype that was around the first game last year, I think similarly this year, they've got on paper Yep, Queensland can sort of take on the underdog tag just because that's the way the media are going to spin it. But I think they've got enough players in there just to be able to do what they're supposed to do, and expectation as well, and hopefully come away with game one win.
Yeah, I think Tommy Turbo's up against Capewell, Kurt Capewell. Now Capewell, he's good, and he played good in Origin last year as well, to his credit. But he's a back rower playing in the centres. So I think if New South Wales can come up with some moves that can try to exploit him one-on-one, I don't know if he's got the pace to keep up with those speedy outside backs on that side. So yeah, it's all about the manipulation of the defence. If they can get Kurt Capewell and isolate him a bit, I think they could get him. Tommy Turbo can get him for sure.
Yeah, just being really fascinated the way that Tommy Turbo's been able to some of the moves and watching him how he positions himself on the field for Manly, just incredible, and how he's being able to interact with his brother, and whether they do the same at Origin level this year will be it's something that we'll see hopefully. But just the way he's been able to
Do you kiss the poster at home as well?
defense lines, just been amazing to watch. Delicia Evans going to be broken ankles.